Hello there, you're welcome to another interesting edition of my podcast. And wow, what can I say? We've just witnessed two exciting, incredible games, and I'm talking about the African Cup of Nations quarterfinals. Wow, what can I say? Football sometimes could be cruel, could be full of surprises, like we've just witnessed in those two games. Two end-to-end stuff. And to be honest, I'm sure a lot of us could not have written today's script. Well, the first game being Burkina Faso versus Tunisia, and the second game, Senegal versus Cameroon. I'll start with the first game, Burkina Faso versus Tunisia. That was an exciting game. That was a contest. That was a game that was keenly contested for. I think first and foremost, I would like to congratulate the Burkina Faso's national team. They've shown signs that they were going to go far at the beginning of this competition, even though I did not particularly rate them against Tunisia. In fact, I got my predictions wrong, and I've got to admit, it does happen in football. That's what football is all about. Burkina Faso surprisingly shocked Tunisia by winning the game 2-0. Now, by the end of the first half, the game ended 0-0, with both teams cancelling each other's out. In fact, it was a game of more or less few or no chances at all. If I remember very well, the only clear-cut chance in the first half in that particular game was the miss by Bertrand Traore. That's the Chelsea player. But in the second half, things changed. The game was quite cagey, both teams cancelling each other out. But the turning point, of course, came in probably the last 15 minutes of the game, when Burkina Faso manager decided to bring in their legendary player who is fast becoming a fan favorite, and I'm talking about Aristide Banzes. Banzes came on, and within minutes he latched onto a chance and scored the first goal. Now, at that particular point in time, the Tunisians started pushing forward for an equalizer, and they had a corner kick, and every single player went up front, and the Burkina base in the process cleared the ball out, and two players at the other end chased the ball, pulled out the goalkeeper, and slotted in the second game, and that was game over for Tunisia. And Burkina Faso are in the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations. I never rated them. I never thought they would go that far, even though looking at the group stages, they've put on a very good show. And that's very good for them. It's good for their football. And I think with the victory of Burkina Faso, that should send a strong signals to the so-called big teams that the minor teams are catching up. There are no minors anymore in football. I remember this was the same Burkina Faso team that Nigeria defeated in 1991 by 7-1. I've got news for you. Things have changed now. And if the bigger teams are not taking the lesser teams serious, they'll be found wanting. So congratulations to Burkina Faso, who are now through to the quarterfinals, and they'll most likely be playing. They'll be playing the semifinals, of course, and they'll meet the winners of Egypt versus Morocco. So that promises to be another exciting quarterfinal context. So Burkina Faso are true. Congrats to them, and I'm looking forward to see the rest of the games. And now moving on to the next game, Senegal versus Cameroon. What can I say? At the beginning of the game, I did commented on another platform that Senegal looked the team that could go all the way to win the cup, and the games they've played during the group stages bear witness to what I've just pointed out, they looked the better team, but today's game turned out to be, I wouldn't say shocking, but it was a shocker. I think Cameroon matched them man for man, and both teams had chances. But I think if I'm going to give credit to anyone at all on both teams, it will be the goalkeepers of both teams. That's Diallo for Senegal and Ondor of Cameroon. Of course, the game stretched. They cancelled each other's out, and it was pretty obvious that barring any loss of concentration or the defense's lapses, the game was headed for penalties, and that was exactly what happened. And of course, when the game gets into penalties, the game could go either way. Penalties are a game of chances, luck, and unfortunately, Sadio Mane, the probably the best player on the Senegalese team, had his penalty saved by Ondor, and you could literally see that he was crushed. He had to be picked up and embraced by his manager, Aliou Cisse. And I think for Aliou Cisse, the manager, there is another second stab. I remember in 2002, he was part of the losing Senegalese side to Cameroon, and the game also ended in penalties. And that is what it is at the moment. So the African Cup of Nations is heating up. It's getting serious, and I will implore anyone not to miss the rest of the games. I don't know what your comments are. I don't know what your thoughts are on the game. You can please drop me a note in the comment section. Let me know what you feel or what you think about today's game. And until I come your way again on my podcast, this is Perspective from Oba. Have a lovely night.